You're seeing the finished knife first, because getting every one of these colors meant experimenting at the edge of failure. Every attempt was a trade, color or hardness, and once I crossed that line, there was no coming back.
This chunk of steel came all the way from Vietnam. Inside is an 80 CRV2 core wrapped in Damascus cladding infused with copper and brass. Let's see if we can bring this unpredictable material to life. Let's do it.
Because this billet's already forged, all I have to do is what's called stock removal. It's going to be cutting out the profile of the blade itself and refining it from there. Now that I have my rough knife shape, it's time to dial it in on the grinder. The type of colors that I'm going for, they're not cosmetic, they're actually structural. The grain, the alloy mix, the way the steel moves under heat, all of it shows up at the finish. I know the process. The only variable that I don't fully control yet is the billet itself. And we're going to test that really now during heat treat. Now it's time to quench this knife in oil, and in theory it's going to make it extremely hard. In reality, this thing can blow apart on me right now.
So now's the moment of truth. We're gonna find out if this thing warped or cracked or anything at all, or spilled all of its guts out. Oh, it looks to be in one piece. That's good. I don't see any cracks. I think we're looking good.
I've cut a few small test pieces out of the same billet, and I intend to flash heat each one to different temperatures to see what kind of color reactions I can actually get. If I can keep that edge hard while still bringing out some color tones, this thing's gonna look absolutely insane.
Let's try the 60. Oh yeah, there's no grip whatsoever with the 60. That's our baseline, somewhere between 60 and 65 Rockwell hardness. That's good. Let's get to experimenting and see where it leads.
I have achieved some blues and yellows on it, and we're going to see exactly where it sits with regards to hardness. Obviously the 65 is just going to be out. There's no getting around that. We'll start low. We'll start at the 55. If it makes it past 55, I'm going to be pretty happy because, I mean, it's still a viable knife. And it does. Let's try 60. Okay, so 60 just has the littlest bit of stick, but it still skates pretty good. 55 doesn't stick whatsoever. So we're close to 60 Rockwell hardness. Yeah.
Those test pieces came out perfect. They're hard enough to be a viable knife, and they're gorgeous. From here on out, grinding isn't about shaping anymore, it's about revealing. Every pass takes away steel that can't hide anymore, and that's where you find out what the billet was really made of. Spoiler alert, it's more than just steel. Now that we have our shape, it's time to refine it just a little bit. I'm going to do that by hand sanding everything. I spent days doing this. We're going to come back and finish polishing this blade in just a minute, but first, let's get a bolster made up and fit to it. For that I'm going to use some brass. I didn't actually have any that was thick enough for this piece that I want to make, so I melted some down. Fitting up a bolster or guard is measured in thousandths of an inch, and somehow ruined in one stroke. That's why it takes so long. You really have to focus. You guys are about to see this blade in the sunlight all polished up and understand why I'm so nervous to do this next step. I feel like I'm going to just ruin this blade completely.
This right here, this is the moment I've been dreading. On paper, everything checks out. The tests say it'll finish just under 60 Rockwell hardness. That's strong, resilient, and ready to perform. But here's the truth. None of that matters once I start adding color. One wrong move, 1 degree too much, 1 moment too long in the kiln, and this masterpiece turns into garbage completely. This is the make or break moment in this particular build. Let's send it.
Have you guys ever played the game Operation? I'm trying really hard not to touch this blade to the ceramic pins next to it. Did I mention to you guys how perfect this has to be? Like, seriously perfect. In just a short period of time, we're going to find out if all of my effort was worth it or completely wasted.
Oh my god.
With the blade blued and darkened like that, the brass and copper and nickel just pop like crazy. If you guys like what you see, hit that thumbs up button. And if you like where this channel is going, please consider subscribing. Every little bit helps, as you guys all know. I appreciate each and every one of you. As you can see, I'm working on different handle materials here. I'm going to get everything set up to be glued in just a minute. A lot of people don't realize how long this part of the build can actually take. There's a lot of finish work, and I spend probably just as much time finishing a knife as I do actually making the blade itself. Now that these pieces are all to a point where they'll fit through the tang and complement each other, it's time to glue everything together. Well, now that doesn't look like anything you can hold, does it? Let's change that. I have a signature style handle that I like to make, and I think that it's going to fit this knife just perfectly. Stay safe out there, guys. So here's the shape, but it's missing something. I made the decision to take some leftover brass I had and hammer it into an end cap here before gluing it on. This turned out to be an excellent choice because it not only improved the balance of the knife itself physically, but also aesthetically, and I really like that. Up next, we're going to reveal the wood grain and color that this handle actually has. Hands down one of my favorite parts. Now to buff all the brass and wood and gold and onyx and all that jazz. One at a time, individually, all taped up. This is the way.
So that's where this one lands. This blade pushed me in quite a few ways, and I'm genuinely just ecstatic with how it turned out. It is a one-time build, so I do not intend on reproducing it. Before anything else, it will be shown in a local art gallery called Pletcher's on Monroe. It will be available there and after, so if anyone wants it, please reach out. Either way, I'm very glad I got to make it, how smooth the process went, and my ability to share with you guys is just icing on the cake, you know. So thank you for sticking with me this long. I'll see you guys next time.